I'm Sarah, and I am so happy you are here today. Today, we have a very fun and useful English listening practice. It is going to help you understand natural English better and speak more confidently. So, sit back, relax, and let's begin. Before we start, I want you to take a deep breath. That's right. Breathe in and out. Very good. Now, imagine you're sitting in a quiet place, maybe a room or a small cafe, listening to someone talk slowly and clearly. You do not need to worry if you don't understand every word. That's completely normal. Learning English is like taking small steps every day. One step at a time, you get better and better. Today, I want to share a story with you. This story is about a young woman named Emily. Emily is learning English just like you. She is curious, brave, and sometimes a little nervous when speaking English. But she has one special thing. She never gives up. And today, we will follow Emily's journey as she learns English in real life. You will hear her conversations, her thoughts, and the little mistakes she makes. And don't worry, I will explain everything slowly, repeat key words, and give you chances to practice. So, let's set the scene. Emily lives in a small town. She works in a cozy bookstore where the smell of books is everywhere. Every day, she meets people from different countries. Some speak English very fast. At first, Emily feels nervous. She hears words she does not know. She sometimes does not understand, and she feels a little frustrated. Have you ever felt like that? When someone speaks too fast in English, it can feel like your brain stops for a moment. That is okay. We will learn how to deal with this together. One morning, Emily wakes up and looks outside her window. The sun is shining and birds are singing. She smiles and thinks, "Today is a good day to practice English. I will try something new." She drinks a cup of coffee and writes a small list. Speak English today. Listen carefully. Learn 3 new words. Then she leaves her house and walks to the bookstore. On her way, she meets her friend, Tom. Tom is also learning English, but he has more experience. He says, "Good morning, Emily. How are you today?" Emily smiles and says, "Good morning, Tom. I am fine, thank you. And you?" Tom laughs. "I am good too. Are you ready to speak English today?" Emily nods. "Yes. I will try my best." As they walk together, Emily notices something interesting. People are speaking English all around her, in the streets, in the cafes, in the shops. Some speak slowly, some speak fast. Emily thinks, "Wow, English is everywhere. I can learn if I listen carefully." And this is the first lesson for today. English is not just in books. English is around you in real life. You can learn by listening and watching people, even if you do not understand everything. When Emily arrives at the bookstore, she greets her manager, Mrs. Lee. Mrs. Lee is kind and friendly. She says, "Hello, Emily. Today we have many customers. Are you ready?" Emily nods again. "Yes, Mrs. Lee. I will do my best." And then the first customer arrives. The customer is a young man from another country. He speaks English very quickly. He asks Emily, "Hi, do you have the new book by John Green? I really want to read it today." Emily feels a little nervous. She wants to understand him, but the words come fast. She takes a deep breath and says, I think, yes, we have it. Let me check." She walks to the shelf and finds the book. Then she brings the book back and says slowly, "Here it is. This is the book you want." The young man smiles. "Thank you so much. You speak very well." Emily feels happy. She thinks, even if I did not understand everything, I could help. That is enough. That is progress. And this is another lesson for today. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. Focus on what you can understand and keep going. After the customer leaves, Emily takes a short break. She sits in a small corner of the bookstore and opens her notebook. She writes down new words she heard. Think, shelf, check. She repeats them slowly. Think, shelf, shelf, check, check. This is called practice. Repeating new words helps your brain remember them. You can try this too. Take a notebook, write new words, and say them aloud. It may feel a little strange at first, but it works very well. While Emily is practicing, her friend Tom comes into the bookstore. He smiles and says, "Emily, you are learning fast. I can see it." Emily laughs. "Thank you, Tom. I am trying. Sometimes it is hard, but I enjoy it." Tom nods. Yes, learning English is like climbing a small hill. At first, it is difficult, but when you reach the top, you can see far and everything feels easier. Emily thinks about Tom's words. She likes the idea. Learning English is like climbing a hill. Sometimes your legs are tired, sometimes you feel like stopping. But if you take small steps every day, you will reach the top. You will understand more, speak better, and feel confident. And this is the main idea for today. English learning is a journey. Small steps every day will bring big results. Before we continue, let's pause for a moment. I want you to repeat a few sentences with me. Repeat after me. I can learn English every day. Small steps help me improve. I will not give up. Very good. Keep practicing these sentences. They are very simple, but they are powerful. Now let's continue. Later in the day, Emily has a small problem. A customer asks her a question she does not know the answer to. The customer says, "Excuse me, do you know if this author will visit next month?" Emily thinks for a moment. She is not sure. She wants to answer politely. She says, "I'm sorry. I do not know, but I can ask my manager for you." The customer smiles. "Thank you. That is very kind." Emily feels proud. Even though she did not know everything, she helped the customer politely. This is another important lesson. It is okay to say, "I don't know." Polite English is always better than guessing. As the day goes on, Emily meets more people. Some speak slowly, some speak fast. She listens carefully, asks questions, and repeats new words in her notebook. She learns simple phrases like, "Can you help me?" "I would like," "Thank you very much." Each time she uses these phrases, she feels more confident. At the end of the day, Emily sits at the bookstore window. She watches the sunset. She thinks about her day. Today was a good day. I spoke English. I listened carefully. I learned new words. I made small progress. And she smiles. That is the final lesson for this section. Celebrate your small successes. Every little step is progress. Do not wait for perfection. English learning is about trying, listening, speaking, and enjoying the journey. Before we end this first section, I want to give you a short challenge. Listen to this story again tomorrow. Try to repeat one sentence after me. Try to write 3 new words you heard. And most importantly, remember, small steps every day bring progress. Thank you so much for listening with me today. You did an amazing job. If you enjoy practicing English like this, keep listening every day. I'm Sarah, and today we'll continue Emily's journey. If you remember from last time, Emily spent a busy day at the bookstore, learning new words and phrases and practicing polite English. She made small progress and felt proud. Today, we will see what happens when Emily meets a new friend and faces a listening challenge. Are you ready?
Great.
Let's begin. The next morning, Emily wakes up feeling excited. She remembers Tom's words about climbing a hill. Small steps every day, she says to herself. She drinks her coffee slowly and checks her notebook. Today, I will speak English with a new person, she thinks. She writes a short list of goals. Meet someone new. Ask questions. Learn 5 new words. Emily smiles. She is ready for a new adventure. After leaving her house, Emily decides to walk to the park before going to the bookstore. The park is quiet in the morning, with children playing and birds singing. Emily sits on a bench and notices a young woman reading a book nearby. The woman looks friendly and smiles at Emily. Emily thinks, maybe I can speak to her. It is a good chance to practice English. Emily takes a deep breath and says slowly, "Hello, good morning. What are you reading?" The young woman looks up and smiles. "Good morning. I'm reading a novel by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Do you know it?" Emily thinks for a moment. She does not know the author, but she wants to respond politely. "No,
I'm sorry.
I haven't read it. Is it good?" The woman nods.
Yes.
"It is very interesting. I like the story and the characters. What about you? Do you like reading?" Emily smiles and says, "Yes, I like reading too. I read books in English sometimes. It is fun, but sometimes difficult." The woman laughs softly. "I understand. English can be hard, but practice helps a lot." Emily feels happy. She thinks, this is exactly what I want, to speak English naturally and make a friend. The young woman introduces herself. "I'm Anna," she says. "I just moved here. It is my first week. Are you from this town?" Emily nods. "Yes, I live here. My name is Emily. Welcome to our town." Anna smiles again. "Thank you, Emily. It is nice to meet you." Now, Emily faces her first real listening challenge. Anna starts speaking a little faster. She talks about the town, the cafes, the library, and the bookstore. At first, Emily feels nervous. She hears some words, but many are new. Her heart beats a little faster. She thinks, "Oh no, I cannot understand everything." But Emily remembers what she learned before. Small steps. Focus on what you understand. She listens carefully and catches key words: library, bookstore, coffee, park, nice. She repeats these words quietly in her mind. Library, bookstore, coffee, park, nice. Slowly, she begins to understand the main idea. Anna is talking about places in the town and what she likes. Emily decides to ask a question. She says slowly, "Anna, do you like the library?" Anna smiles.
Yes.
"I love the library. There are many books and it is quiet. I can read and learn English there." Emily nods. "That is good. I like the library too." This is an important lesson for today. When someone speaks fast, do not panic. Listen for key words. You do not need to understand every word. Focus on the main idea. Repeat key words in your mind. Small steps help your brain understand. As they continue talking, Emily and Anna sit on the bench and share simple stories. Anna talks about her family, her favorite books, and her work. Emily listens and responds slowly, using simple English sentences. She says, "I have a brother. He likes reading too. We read together sometimes." Anna smiles. That is nice. Reading with family is fun. After a few minutes, Anna asks, "Emily, would you like to have coffee with me at the cafe?" Emily feels excited.
Yes.
"I would like that very much," she says. They stand up and walk together. On the way, Emily listens carefully. Anna speaks naturally, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Emily repeats words in her head and tries to understand. At the cafe, they order coffee. Emily practices ordering in English. She says slowly, "I would like a small coffee, please." The barista smiles and says, "Sure. One small coffee for you." Emily feels proud. She is speaking English in real life. She is using phrases she learned. This is exactly what practice is about: trying, listening, speaking, and learning. While they drink coffee, Anna shares a small story. "Yesterday, I went to the bookstore. I wanted a book by my favorite author, but it was not there. I felt a little sad, but then I found another interesting book. I bought it, and it was very good." Emily listens carefully. She repeats keywords in her head. Bookstore favorite, not there, interesting, bought, good. Then she says, "That is nice." Sometimes when we cannot find something, we can find something else. That is good. Anna smiles. Exactly, Emily. You understood very well. After coffee, Emily and Anna walk in the park again. Emily notices new words and phrases. She writes them quietly in her notebook. Favorite, interesting, tried, understood, enjoyed. She repeats them slowly. Favorite, interesting, tried, understood, enjoyed. These words will help her next time she speaks English. Now, let's pause for a moment. Repeat after me. I can understand key words. I can focus on main ideas. I can ask questions. Very good.
Keep practicing.
These simple sentences help you remember how to deal with fast English. While sitting on the park bench, Anna asks Emily another question. Emily, do you ever watch English movies? Emily nods. Yes, sometimes. I watch with subtitles. It helps me, but sometimes I do not understand everything. Anna laughs. That is normal. Even I sometimes watch movies and cannot understand all words. You are learning, and that is important. Emily thinks about this. She realizes that listening is a skill that grows slowly. You cannot understand everything in one day. You need patience, practice, and confidence. Even small understanding is progress. And this is another lesson. Do not give up. Keep listening every day. Even 10 minutes a day makes a big difference. Before we end this section, let's do a short listening exercise. I will say a few sentences slowly, and you try to understand the main idea. Repeat after me. Anna went to the bookstore. She could not find her favorite book. She found another book. She enjoyed it very much. Very good. You can also write these sentences in your notebook. This helps your memory. Emily and Anna say goodbye after a nice morning. Emily feels happy. She thinks, today I listened carefully, spoke slowly, learned new words, and made a new friend. That is a very good day. And she smiles. This is the final lesson of Section 2. Every small conversation is an opportunity to practice. Every new friend is a chance to learn. Do not fear mistakes. Every attempt is progress. Thank you for listening with me today. You did a fantastic job. Remember, repeat key words, focus on the main idea, and try speaking slowly. I'm Sarah, and today we continue Emily's journey. If you remember from last time, Emily met a new friend, Anna, and practiced listening carefully while speaking slowly. She learned a lot and felt proud. Today, we will see what happens when Emily faces a fast-talking customer at the bookstore. This will be a little challenging, but don't worry, we will go step by step. It is a busy afternoon at the bookstore. The sun is shining outside and many people are walking on the streets. Emily is arranging books on the shelves and she feels ready for anything. She has her notebook in her pocket and repeats quietly, small steps. Focus on key words. Listen carefully. These words help her feel calm. Suddenly, a young man walks in. He is carrying a bag and looks a little impatient. He says quickly, "Hi, do you have the new book by James Patterson? I saw it online, but I want it now. Also, can you recommend some other books like his? I read thrillers all the time, and I need something exciting." "Oh, and do you have a reading club or any event soon?" Emily feels a little nervous. His words come very fast. She thinks, "Oh no, that is too fast. I cannot understand everything." Her heart beats faster, but she remembers something important. Focus on key words. She listens again. James Patterson recommend thrillers, exciting reading club events. Slowly, she begins to understand the main idea. The customer wants a book, some recommendations, and information about events. Emily takes a deep breath. She smiles and says slowly, "Hello. Yes, we have the new book by James Patterson. I can also recommend some similar books. And our bookstore has a reading club." The customer smiles and nods. Emily feels a little more confident. She is speaking English in real life. She is trying, and that is important. She walks to the shelf to find the book. As she walks, she repeats the key words in her head. James Patterson thriller, recommend reading club events. Repeating words quietly helps her remember and focus. She finds the book and brings it to the customer. "Here's the book you want," she says slowly. "James Patterson, the new one." The customer smiles. "Great. Thank you. Can you recommend other books like this?" Emily thinks carefully. She remembers the words she learned yesterday. Interesting, enjoyed, favorite, tried, understood. Slowly, she says, "Yes. If you like thrillers, you can try books by Agatha Christie or Dan Brown. They are exciting and interesting." The customer nods. "Perfect. That is exactly what I need." Now, the customer asks another question. "Do you have a reading club soon? I want to join and meet other readers." Emily takes a moment. She repeats the key words in her mind. Reading club, soon join, meet readers. Then she says slowly, "Yes. Our bookstore has a reading club every Thursday at 5 p.m. You are welcome to join." The customer smiles again. "Thank you. That is very helpful. Emily feels proud. She thinks, even though I did not understand every word, I helped the customer. That is enough. That is progress. And this is a very important lesson for today. You do not need to understand every word in a conversation. Focus on the main idea and key words. Respond politely. Small steps lead to success. After the customer leaves, Emily sits for a short break. She opens her notebook and writes the new word she heard. Thriller, exciting, recommend, join, meet. She repeats them slowly. Thriller, exciting, recommend, join, meet. This is very important for learning. Writing and repeating new words helps your memory. You can try this too. While Emily is writing, Tom walks into the bookstore. Hi, Emily.
How was your day? He asks.
Emily smiles. Hi, Tom. It was good, but today I had a fast-talking customer. At first, I was nervous, but I focused on key words and I could understand the main idea. I helped him, and he was happy. Tom nods. That is excellent.
You see?
Listening carefully
Works.
You don't need to understand every word. Focus on key ideas and respond politely. Emily thinks about this. She remembers her first days learning English. She felt nervous, confused, and sometimes wanted to give up. But now, she feels more confident. She understands that listening is a skill that grows with practice. Small steps every day make a big difference. After a short break, Emily decides to practice one more thing. She takes a small recorder from her bag and plays a sentence she recorded yesterday. I like reading books in English. It helps me improve my listening and speaking. She repeats it slowly, word by word. I like reading books in English. It helps me improve my listening and speaking. Then she listens again. This is called shadowing. Shadowing helps you speak English naturally and improve your pronunciation. Later, Emily organizes the bookstore. A new customer comes in and asks her a simple question. Hi, do you have a small notebook? Emily smiles. She listens carefully. Keywords, small notebook. She answers slowly. Yes, we have small notebooks. Here you go. The customer smiles. Thank you. Emily thinks, wow, I can understand and respond. This feels good. Now, let's pause for a short listening practice. I will say a sentence slowly, and you try to understand the main idea. Repeat after me. Emily helped a fast-talking customer. She listened carefully. She understood the main idea. She responded politely. Very good. You can also write this in your notebook. This helps your memory. As the day ends, Emily reflects on her experience. She thinks about the lessons she learned. Listen carefully. Focus on key words. Repeat important phrases. Respond politely, and do not worry about every word. Each conversation is a chance to practice. Each small success builds confidence. I'm Sarah, and today we continue Emily's journey. If you remember, in the last section, Emily faced a fast-talking customer at the bookstore. She focused on key words, responded politely, and felt proud. Today, Emily will learn a new English expression and practice using it naturally in conversation. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is a quiet morning at the bookstore. Emily is arranging books on the shelves, thinking about yesterday. She remembers the fast-talking customer and smiles. I am improving slowly, she says to herself. She checks her notebook. New words today. Recommend thrilling, exciting, join, meet. Emily feels ready for a new challenge. Suddenly, Mrs. Lee, her manager, comes to Emily. She smiles and says, "Good morning, Emily. Today, I want you to help a special customer. He uses English differently with expressions you might not know. It will be a good practice for you." Emily nods. "Yes, Mrs. Lee. I am ready. I will try my best." A few minutes later, the customer arrives. He is an older man, speaking calmly but with a natural, native tone. He greets Emily. "Good morning. I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for a book that really hits the nail on the head. Something thrilling, something that will keep me reading all night." Emily pauses. She thinks, hits the nail on the head. I do not know this expression. What does it mean? She feels a little nervous, but she remembers a key lesson. It is okay not to understand everything. Focus on what you do understand. Keywords: book, thrilling, reading all night. Slowly, she smiles. Okay, I think he wants an exciting book. Emily asks politely, "Excuse me, sir, do you like thrillers?" The man nods.
Yes.
"I love thrillers. I want something exciting and very good." Emily thinks about the books she knows. She says slowly, "We have books by Agatha Christie or Dan Brown. They are very exciting. You might like them." The man smiles. "Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. You understand very well." Now Emily feels curious. She asks politely, "Sir, what do you mean hits the nail on the head?" The man laughs softly. "Ah, that is an English expression. It means something is exactly right. For example, if a book is perfect for me, I can say it hits the nail on the head." Emily repeats slowly in her mind, "Hits the nail on the head, exactly right, perfect." She writes it in her notebook. "Hits the nail on the head, something exactly right." She repeats it aloud. "Hits the nail on the head, hits the nail on the head." Very good. Repeating new expressions slowly helps your brain remember. The man continues, "This expression is very useful. You can use it in many situations. For example, if someone gives you advice and it is very good, you can say, 'That advice hits the nail on the head.' Or if a movie is perfect, you can say, 'This movie hits the nail on the head.'" Emily listens carefully and nods. She repeats slowly, "That advice hits the nail on the head. This movie hits the nail on the head." Excellent. After this, Emily decides to practice with the customer. She asks politely, "Sir, I like books too. I think this book hits the nail on the head for you." The man smiles broadly. "Exactly, Emily. You said it perfectly." Emily feels proud. She thinks, "Wow, I can use new expressions. I am learning something new every day." Later, Emily takes a short break and opens her notebook. She writes the new expression again. "Hits the nail on the head, exactly right, perfect." Then she writes some examples. "The advice hits the nail on the head. This movie hits the nail on the head. My plan hits the nail on the head." She repeats each sentence slowly. Shadowing is very important for learning expressions naturally. While Emily is practicing, Tom walks into the bookstore. "Hi, Emily. How is your day?" he asks. Emily smiles. "Hi, Tom. I just learned a new expression. It is hits the nail on the head." I used it with a customer, and he said it was perfect. Tom laughs. That is excellent. Expressions are very useful. They make your English sound natural. Keep practicing. Emily nods. Yes, I will. I want to use it every day. Now, let's do a short listening practice. Repeat after me slowly. Hits the nail on the head. Something is exactly right. The advice hits the nail on the head. The movie hits the nail on the head. Very good. Try to say it again with a smile. This will help you remember it better. After lunch, Emily organizes books again. A new customer comes in and asks, "Hi, can you recommend a book for me? I want something very good, really perfect." Emily thinks. She remembers the expression. She smiles and says slowly, "I think this book hits the nail on the head. It is thrilling and exciting." The customer nods. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Thank you. Emily feels happy. She thinks, wow, I am using new expressions naturally. I am learning real English step by step. And this is the important lesson for today. Learning new expressions is not about memorizing. It is about understanding, practicing, and using them in real conversations. Later, Emily meets Anna in the park. She tells her friend about the new expression. Anna, I learned something new today. The expression is hits the nail on the head. It means exactly right or perfect. I used it with a customer. Anna smiles. That is great, Emily. You are improving very fast. Expressions make your English sound natural. Keep using them. Emily repeats the expression again. Hits the nail on the head. Exactly right. Perfect. She writes a few more examples in her notebook. Her answer hits the nail on the head. My plan hits the nail on the head. This story hits the nail on the head. She repeats them slowly, shadowing each sentence. Before we finish section 4, let's do a short comprehension practice. I will ask you a few questions and try to answer in your mind. First question, what does hits the nail on the head mean? Pause. Yes. It means exactly right or perfect. Second question, can Emily use this expression with customers? Pause. Yes. She can use it naturally. Third question, how can you practice new expressions? Pause. Yes. Write them, repeat them slowly, and use them in conversations. Emily smiles as the day ends. I'm Sarah, and today we continue Emily's journey. If you remember from the last section, Emily learned a new English expression, hits the nail on the head. She used it naturally with customers and practiced with her friend Anna. Today, Emily will face a new challenge, responding to questions quickly while staying calm. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is a busy morning at the bookstore. Emily is arranging books and thinking about her goals for the day. She says quietly to herself, "Today, I will listen carefully, respond politely, and stay calm." Small steps every day. This helps her feel confident and ready for anything. A few minutes later, a young woman walks into the bookstore. She looks friendly, but speaks very fast. Hi, can you help me? I'm looking for a book about travel in Europe. I also want some advice on learning English while traveling. Oh, and can you tell me if there are any language classes nearby? I really want to improve quickly. Emily feels nervous at first. The words come very fast and she thinks, oh no, I cannot understand everything. But then she remembers what she has learned before. Focus on key words. Listen for the main idea. Respond politely.
Take small steps.
She repeats quietly in her mind. Travel. Europe, advice, language classes, improve quickly. Slowly, she begins to understand what the customer wants. Emily smiles and says slowly, "Hello. You want a book about Europe and advice about learning English and language classes?" The customer nods quickly.
Yes.
That is right. Can you help me? Emily takes a deep breath. Yes, I can try. Let me show you the books. She walks to the travel section and points to a few books. These books are about Europe. They have maps and stories of different countries. You can learn about the places while reading. The customer smiles. That is perfect.
Thank you.
And what about learning English while traveling? Emily thinks carefully. She repeats key words in her head. Learning English, traveling, advice, improve quickly. Slowly, she says, when you travel, try to speak English with people. Listen to English every day. You can read signs, menus, and books. This helps you improve. The customer nods. Oh, that is very helpful. Thank you. Now, the customer asks another question. Are there language classes near here? I want to practice speaking. Emily pauses. She repeats key words in her head. Language classes, practice speaking. Then she responds slowly. Yes.
There is a small school nearby.
They have English classes every Monday and Wednesday. You can join if you want. The customer smiles. That is great. I will check it out. Emily feels proud. She thinks, even though the questions were fast, I listened carefully, focused on key words, and responded politely. This is progress. And this is an important lesson for today. When someone speaks fast, stay calm. Focus on the main idea. Respond politely. Small steps make a big difference. After the customer leaves, Emily takes a short break and writes new words in her notebook. Travel, Europe, advice, practice classes. She repeats them slowly. Travel, Europe, advice, practice classes. This helps her remember and use them later. Later, Emily meets Anna in the park. She tells her friend about the busy customer. Anna, today a customer spoke very fast. At first, I was nervous, but I listened for keywords and responded slowly. It worked. Anna smiles. That is excellent, Emily.
You see?
Focus, calmness, and listening carefully are very important. Fast English can be understood with practice. Emily nods. She thinks about her journey. At first, she was nervous about speaking English. She worried about mistakes. But now, she understands. Small steps, listening carefully, repeating key words, and staying calm help you improve. Every conversation is a chance to learn. Now, let's do a short listening and speaking practice. Repeat after me slowly. I listen carefully. I focus on key words. I respond politely. I stay calm. Small steps every day help me improve. Very good. Try saying it twice more with confidence. This simple practice helps your brain remember these important habits. Later in the day, Emily organizes books again. A young boy asks her quickly, "Hi,
Can you help me?
I need a book for school. It should be about science. Also, dinosaurs and experiments, something easy to read." Emily smiles. She repeats key words in her mind. Science, dinosaurs, experiments, easy to read. Then she says slowly, "Sure, I think these books are good for you. They have science experiments and dinosaurs. They are easy to read." The boy smiles. "Thank you. You are very helpful." Emily feels happy. She writes the new words in her notebook. Science, dinosaurs, experiments, easy. She repeats them slowly. Science, dinosaurs, experiments, easy. She thinks, each new conversation teaches me something. Small steps every day make progress. Before we finish section 5, let's do a short review. Repeat after me slowly. I listen carefully. I focus on key words. I respond politely. I stay calm. Small steps help me improve. Excellent. Remember, these sentences are very simple, but they help you develop listening and speaking skills naturally. Emily smiles as the day ends. She feels proud of herself. She knows that each small step, listening, responding, using new words, is a part of her journey. I'm Sarah, and today we continue Emily's journey. If you